instinct of the soul to be happy. Good, good. Thank you. What's your name, Madani? Neetu Madani. Thank you. I try to remember the names also. Okay. Why? Let's churn the topic of happiness. Yes.
At the end of the day, everybody wants to be happy and to lead a good life.
Fantastic. At the end of the day, everybody wants to be happy and lead a good life. But why? The question is not, the question is why. It is not what, how, when, where. The question is why do you want to be happy? Have you socha hai sir? Have you ever thought, why do I want to be happy? Yeah.
Prabhuji, I will try to lay out the intent of this thing, which I'm pretty sure that I won't be able to measure.
There's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah, I believe when we are talking about happiness, as few of us already explained that it's different and varying from person to person.
Correct.
But basically, we are looking for some sort of psychological state. So there are many factors engaged and involved when it comes to a psychological safety, which is related with happiness itself. And then it's kind of like one person is psychological safe and happiness is together. In terms of both materialistic and spiritual world, whatever their intentions or their thoughts are, they're more contributing in terms of both energy-wise and mind-wise. And that's where in both worlds, whatever their main priority is, the outcome is great.
Okay.
So I believe we are intending to achieve that greaterness in terms of association with happiness. So progressive way. Doesn't matter if someone is looking for a materialistic world or spiritual world.
Okay. I take
अभी ना वो बच्चों का क्राफ्ट
Good
करना
point.
लेके आओ पूरा
Okay, good point.
अंदर लेके आओ बच्चों का
to be
अलग
happy.
रूम में
Okay.
क्राफ्ट हो
Good
रहा
point. Thank you. What's your name, Babu?
Virendra.
Virendra,
हाँ.
not Shiva.
है ठीक है
क्या?
मैं बोला ना वैसे एक तरफ है उसको पढ़ो कुछ लगेगा
Anybody else? One last guess. Yes, Babu.
Be away from all the
आपके कभी देर है उन लोग का क्राफ्ट शुरू हुआ है
sorrows, pain, disease.
जैसे आप एंटर करोगे ना
So you want to be happy so that you can be away from misery. Good one.
ठीक है
Yes, one last.
Because we do have so many desires.
ठीक है मैं बस वो बच्चे हैं ना उसको भी पूछ
Okay.
चलो ठीक है
And
ठीक है चलो
when it is not well, we are not happy about that.
Okay, so to fulfill your desire, by fulfilling your desire, you will be happy.
At least in the material world.
But why? My question is again, let's take a step back. Why do you want to be happy? Is the question.
Need as well.
Yes.
To be peaceful.
To be peaceful? Okay. Let's understand from a perspective of Bhagavad Gita a little later. Okay, even if you're happy, how long are you happy for? Temporarily. What does temporarily mean by? 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 days, 5 months? Yes.
Not for an infinite amount of time, just for an extent.
For a bit of time. As long as you have a mobile phone in your hand, you're happy. Parents take it away, you're disappointed, right? I can understand. I can relate to you. I can relate to you. So as long as you have something, you're happy. The moment that it's being taken away, immediately you seek for something else, correct? You should come over here and say, I like, come, I'll get over. Interact with people. It's good. How old are you?
How old?
Yeah. 11. Perfect. We have 11 demigods, 11 Devi and Devtas in India. Who are the key 11 Devi and Devtas? The cricket team. Come on. And we have 11 key Devi and Devtas which people worship, right? Yes. So happiness. Right? Why do we want to be happy? Now the next question, how long can we be happy? So what's your name? Ayan. Okay. Ayan said we are happy only for a very small amount of time. Next, let's understand from Bhagavad Gita perspective, why do we want to be happy? Are we all ready? The first understanding of spiritual life begins with an understanding that I am not this body. I am a spirit soul. मैं एक शरीर नहीं एक आत्मा हूँ. ये सुना है? Yes. How many times have you heard? Many times, maybe. We have heard this many times that I am not this body, I am a spirit soul. This is the beginning of the understanding of spirituality. To understand that I am not this body, but I am in this body. So I am not this hand, but hand belongs to me. I am not the leg belongs to me. I am not the ear belongs to me. Then who am I? The soul, correct? I am not this body, I am a soul. So the hand doesn't belong to me. Sorry, I don't belong to the hand, but the hand belongs to me. Right? So we are not this body, we are a spirit soul. When a person dies, what do we say? Inka dehant ho gaya. They have passed. Right? So what does it mean? The body is right there. What has disappeared from the body? Soul. Thank you. So what is the difference between a dead body and an alive body? Soul. So the moment the soul leaves the body, the moment the Atma leaves the body just becomes a body. But before that, the body has a name, right? Sorry. Turn this off. So the body has a name, but the moment someone leaves the body, immediately हम क्या बोलते हैं? Body को लेके गए. Have you taken the body? Isn't it? We stop calling them by the name. We immediately call them by, identify them immediately with the body. So subconsciously, we are aware that we are not this body, but we are a spirit soul. But actively, we are unconscious that we are a soul, but not the body. Are you with me so far? Are we all on the same page? Is this common sense or philosophy? Reality. Thank you. This is common sense. This is reality. Right? So let's understand the next step. What is the quality of the soul? Right? Let's understand the dharma of the soul, the quality, the nature of the soul. The moment I tell Anay, right? Ayan, what is the quality of sugar? Sweet. What is the quality of chili? To be spicy. What is the quality of fire? To be heat. Right? What is the quality of soul? To live, okay. To be happy? Right. Yes?
Eternal bliss.
Eternal bliss. Purity. Who said purity? Thank you. Purity. Very good. It's a very good answer. Yes. What else? We are talking about our own quality. The moment we say sugar, chili, water, everybody knows everything. But the moment we talk about soul, ourselves, we have different answers, isn't it? Who is the captain of Indian cricket team? Not time of that. Am I in Vrindavan talking to pure devotees? Come on. Rohit Sharma, right? Who is the best actor in Bollywood? Shah Rukh Khan. So we don't have a discrepancy over here. Everybody immediately has one answer. Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Dhoni, Shah Rukh Khan. But the moment we talk about ourselves, is Atma ka dharma kya hai? Everybody understands Hindi, right? Except you understand Sanskrit? Hindi. Right. So everybody understands Hindi, right? Okay. So the moment we talk about something else, we immediately align to it. But the moment we are talking about our own self, Atma, the soul, the me, we have different answers. Right? Why? You will understand that. So the first understanding of soul, the quality of the soul, or dharma of the soul, is the soul is Sat Chit Ananda. Thank you. Someone said, you said Ananda. Sat Chit Ananda. What is Sat? Sat means eternal. Chit means knowledge. And Anand means to be blissful, to be happy. So because of the nature of the soul, we want to be happy. Why do we want to be happy? Because the nature of the soul is to be happy. If you put your hand in the fire, will it get burnt? Yes. Why? Because the nature of the fire is to give you heat. And if you put your hand into it, immediately you burn yourself. Similarly, the nature of the soul is to be happy. That is the reason we want to be happy. Are we all on the same page? Is this making sense? The first nature is Sat, that means eternal. Chit means full of knowledge, and Anand is to be blissful, to be happy. Sat ka matlab eternal. What does eternal mean by? Everybody wants to live forever. Even if you try to kill a cockroach or a fly or a mosquito, the mosquito will try to save itself. The cockroach will try to save itself. If we are trying to be killed, we will try to protect ourselves. Why? Why? That is the nature of the soul, to be eternal. So, Sat, Chit, Anand. The nature of the soul is to be happy. And that is the reason we are seeking to be happy constantly. We are seeking happiness constantly. Happiness is the common denominator in all our activities we do. हर चीज के पीछे पाकिस्तान का हाथ नहीं होता. In 90s, right? In 90s, कुछ भी होता था ना इंडिया में, तो पाकिस्तान का हाथ इसके पीछे ऐसे बोलते हैं. अगर गाड़ी का टायर भी पंचर हो जाता था ना, तो बोलते थे इसमें पाकिस्तान का हाथ है. Right? So the nature of the soul is to be eternal, and that is the reason we want to protect ourselves. That is the reason we want to be happy, and that is the reason we are seeking for knowledge. Has anybody gone to a school, college, university to do a bachelor in happiness, masters in happiness, a degree in happiness, a diploma in happiness? We don't do it. Why? Because that is an inherent nature of us to be happy. If the nature of the soul is to be happy, and if we are not happy, then the philosophy is wrong, or either we are wrong. Do we agree with this? Either the philosophy of the nature of the soul is wrong, or either something which I am not doing is wrong. Are we all on the same page? Anybody disagrees? If I'm not happy, that means something is incorrect. Right? And if I'm happy, that means I'm doing something correct. But how long the happiness last for? How long does the happiness last for? So let's have a quick poll. How long does the happiness last for? Temporarily, in terms of time, how long is it? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes? How long have you been constantly happy, jumping up and down for the last 1 hour? Okay. 1 hour maximum? Okay, what else? Couple of hours maximum. And what else? How long have you been happy for constantly without any stress, no fear, nothing, no anxiety, nothing? Ekdam bliss.
As long as your desires are fulfilled, you are happy.
As long as your, so there's a condition. As long as your desires are fulfilled, you are happy. How many desires do you have, Mataji?
Countless.
Countless. Infinite. There was a very nice poem which I read many years ago. The poet says, if you consume all the water of the world, jitna bhi pani hai ocean mein, if you consume all the water of that ocean and convert that into ink, convert that water into ink, and if you use that ink and if the cloud, if you convert the cloud into paper, so the cloud is the paper, the water is the ink. The poet said that you can still not, you will run out of the ink to write your desires. तो कितनी इच्छा है अपने में? एक शाहरुख खान का गाना याद आता है मुझे. Is that okay if I say? Little bit Bollywood चलेगा ना? जो भी चाहूं वो मैं पाऊं. ये गाना सुना है? मैंने नहीं बोला, नो बस इतना सा ख्वाब है मेरा. तो शाहरुख खान से जो भी चाहूं वो मैं पाऊं, बस इतना सा ख्वाब है मेरा. अपना भी ऐसा है, whatever I need उतना ही पालूं. उसके बाद क्या होता है? The next desire and the next desire, the next desire. Right? So this is our problem. The desires are constantly coming up like waves in the ocean. And we are trying to fulfill all the desires. Is it ever possible that we'll be ever happy by fulfilling a desire? अपनी इच्छाएं पूरी करने से अगर कोई आदमी खुश होता है, तो he would be happy. But one desire after another, one desire after another. So there's no end to this. So there's no end to the desire, and there's no end to satisfy that desire. Correct? So if the desires are satisfied, we will be happy. If the desires are not satisfied, we will not be happy. Correct? This reminds me of a wonderful story. And this story is from, there was a school in UK, in London. And there were kids, prep and grade 1 kids. And the teacher gave blank papers to all the kids who came in the school on day 1. And the teacher told, okay, write what you want. Just draw a figure, what you want to become when you are old. So one person draw doctor, then someone say mechanic, some lawyer, some this. One kid, a very cute 6-year-old boy, just draw a big round circle and a smiley. And he gave that to the teacher. And the teacher said, oh, Tom, very happy you want to be doctor. Right, next, John, you want to be a lawyer. Very good. Mechanic, this, that. And when that paper came, he said, Albert, what have you drawn? He said, teacher, when I become big, I want to be happy. But when you become big, what does he want to become?
Happy.
Happy. And the teacher was surprised. And she said, yes, this is what actually we want. हमें हर चीज के पीछे क्या चाहिए? खुशियाँ चाहिए. We want to be happy behind everything. But what we do, we try to link our happiness to external objects. But where does the happiness lie?
Within us.
Within us. So the thing which is within us, we are trying to look externally. So this is the first learning of Bhagavad Gita. The first learning of Bhagavad Gita is the happiness which we are seeking is in the wrong place. The happiness which we are seeking, it is in the wrong place. The happiness lies within. Now there are 3 things which we will discuss today to be satisfied, and 3 things we will discuss to be not satisfied with. So 3 things we will discuss कि जिंदगी में हमेशा we should be satisfied with, and 3 things we will discuss that we should never ever be satisfied with. Are you okay with it? What we will do towards the tail end, when we finish the discussion, we will have, I'll request, वो कॉफी भी करंट देखा होगा ना आपने, उस पर रैपिड फायर राउंड होता है. Similarly, I'll request everybody to say 1 point from today's discussion, 1 takeaway point. Is that okay? So there are 5 levels of happiness. How many levels of happiness there are? 5. The first level of happiness is the lowest level of happiness, which is gross happiness. Gross happiness का मतलब क्या हुआ? I got a gulab jamun, I'm happy. I got a very good mobile phone in my hand, I'm happy. The moment the mobile phone is taken, the rasgulla is taken, the gulab jamun is taken, I am not happy. That is gross level happiness. That is the lowest level of happiness. The second level of happiness is subtle pleasure of mind. Subtle pleasure of mind. By hearing some nice Bollywood songs, we get pleasure. And that lasts a little bit longer. Right? Because you're hearing that song for 1 hour, 2 hours, and you're enjoying that music. That is called subtle pleasure or subtle level of happiness. That is the second level of happiness. Then there's a third level of happiness. That is intellectual happiness. I cleared my year 12 with 99%. I cleared engineering with topmost marks. I became the youngest doctor in my community. That is intellectual happiness. The fourth level of happiness is egoistic pleasure. Is the egoistic pleasure. I was the first person to come to Melbourne from my community. I was the first person to go to Mount Everest. I was the first person to go to moon or whatever it is. That is egoistic pleasure where I am in the center. So what is the first level of happiness? Gross. Second? Third?
Intelligent.
Very good. Fourth?
Egoistic.
I can't believe this. Everybody are awake. Thank you. So this is the fourth level of happiness. How many are we going to discuss?
5.
The fifth level of happiness is the spiritual happiness. The fifth level of happiness is the spiritual happiness. This happiness remains with us eternally. This happiness is the pleasure, the spiritual pleasure which we get by doing bhakti, by performing devotional service that stays with us and remains with us eternally. This is coming from the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. Do we all agree with the first four? Fifth wala chhod do. That may be lofty for us. But do we all agree with the first four pleasure?
Yes.
What is the first one again? Quickly. Gross. Second? Subtle. Third? Intellectual. Fourth? If we are trying to seek happiness in these four things, which most of us are trying to, we will always be temporarily happy, not eternally happy. But the nature of the soul is to be eternally happy, not temporarily happy. So we are trying to seek happiness in something which is temporary, not something eternal. Correct? Who's your parents? Who are your parents? No, who are your parents? Please tell me. Jai. Blessed are you. Very nice. Very, very nice one. Yes.
Just a thought. The way we had this discussion about fire, I don't know, I'm just thinking like the chronological order should be changed. The German should be the top one, the fifth one should go one, two, eight, and one.
So everybody will get.
Yeah, thank you.
So
So what Prabhu said is very good point. He said the chronological order should be changed. It should be reversed. But I'm talking about our current situation. I'm not talking about the perfect situation. Right? But a very good point. He's saying ideally we should be on the spiritual platform, then the egoistic, then intellectual, then subtle, and then gross. But unfortunately, most of us, or at least I'm talking about myself, I am on the level of the order which I just discussed. Just taking it to my level. And this is what Krishna says in the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita also, devotional service. So these are the levels of happiness people enter into. So let's see how we can be satisfied in this world. So there are three things, if we do this, we'll be satisfied. And we will discuss three things we should be completely unsatisfied with. The first thing we should always be satisfied in life is what is in our plate. What does it mean? Whatever we have, we should always be happy with, grateful. Right? If we are not grateful, then we are great fools. If we are not grateful, F-U-L-L, then what are we? F-O-O-L. Right? So whatever we have, अगर कभी शादी में जाते हो, and the moment you have your plate, what do we tend to do? बाजू वाली के प्लेट में क्या है? अरे वो पकोड़ा, that raita, where did you get that from? I forgot to take that jalebis. ऐसा हुआ है? Do we do that? Not only in शादी, अगर होटल में जाते हैं and I have ordered some idli and dosas, अब बाजू वाला पानी पूरी पाव भाजी ऑर्डर करता है. Oh Krishna, I should have ordered that. ऐसा होता है ना? I missed out. So the first thing, if you want to be satisfied in life, we should try to be happy with what we have. The moment we start comparing, criticizing and complaining, 3 C's. What is the first C? Comparing, criticizing and complaining. If we start doing 3 things, we will never ever be happy. Especially you start with the first one, comparison. My son used to say, comparison is a recipe for misery. What is it? Comparison is a